Is the time. Glad to have you with us here on Cheyenne's number one news talk radio station, AM 650 KGAB and KGAB.com on a very foggy Friday. Hope you're getting off to a great start in your weekend. Some of you are going to be flexing out. You'll be off at 10 or 11 o'clock this morning and go out and find some fun. Of course, it will be a little bit wet this afternoon. That according to Mark Hewer, who we talked to earlier today. 47 current temperature right now, and 63 is the high. Phone number, if you want to be on the program today, is 632-6500, 632-3323. Also, the video cam is on, and so if you want to head on out to YouTube, the KGAB channel that we have there, you can sign in and check the show out live there. And again, you'll probably have to open up a Google account, but it's not that hard, doesn't take that long. And then you can check us out live. Also, that goes for folks that are out of state, like our friend Dave out in San Francisco and some of the others. They can now watch the show live from YouTube if that's something that you want to do. The phone number is 632-6500, 632-3323. A lot of hubbub that went on yesterday as we found out that there was an ordinance passed in Laramie, Wyoming. And we actually have a poll out at KGAB.com right now saying basically, should Cheyenne adopt anti-discrimination ordinances or laws? And I knew this was going to be coming because once you have somebody like Laramie do it, it's probably going to happen here in the capital city. And now we see that Councilman Annette Williams is planning to at least look at or discuss drawing up some kind of an ordinance to get the city council to pass. And, and there's a lot of discussion about this. The way that I understand it, especially from Mr. Artery, I believe is his last name, and he is the head of some of these, of an LBGT group here in Wyoming. I think what he's wanting is just to put it in the language. In other words, if you go to your job, they're supposed to have posted, and you can look at your go to your HR department and see what they have, but it should be up on the wall. We don't discriminate against race, color, creed, religion, all these other things. They want the LBGT language put in there. That's what they want put in. And it's just as simple as that. However, some people are still in opposition to that. So there are other thoughts out there as to why we do not need anti-gay laws like they have in Laramie County. The ordinance 1915, which is a non-discriminatory measure, was passed by the Laramie City Council in a vote of 7-2. And it will, quote, prohibit discrimination of any person based on his or her actual or perceived sexual orientation or gender identity in employment, housing, and public accommodations. Now, as far as I know, they can't discriminate against that in housing anyway. Now, I will say this, anyone, if the housing is in my name, let's say, and they're making accommodations for me, and I could be wrong, and any of you who are in housing can maybe straighten me out. I've dealt with this somewhat, not personally, but with someone that I know that has worked for the housing department here in the city or in the county. If it is in my name and then I have other people living with me, that can begin to be a problem. Because I think they ask you, how many are in the home? Well, it's me and my 2 children, or it's me and my 1 child. And you start letting other people live in there, and it violates that housing ordinance. That is not the same as discriminating against someone because of their sexual orientation or what they perceive to be. A similar bill like this was voted down in Billings, Montana. I don't know, maybe within the last year or two. And the reason why it was voted down is because there was some language in the potential ordinance stating that if someone perceived themselves to be of the opposite sex other than what they were born with, then they would be able to walk into a public restroom of their perceived gender rather than their biological one, and that was a deal breaker with the city council in Billings. So in other words, if I'm born a man, but I perceive myself to be a woman, As I understand under that ordinance in Billings, I could walk into a woman's bathroom and share the same stalls as with you ladies. And how does that make you feel? Probably pretty uncomfortable. There are some things to consider about the passing of an ordinance that they did in the city of Laramie. And my question is this: will it really help the LGBT community? Or is it just a way for politicians to show that they support the LGBT community with no real way to prove whether or not the individual has been discriminated against or not? In other words, is this symbolic? Is this literal, or is this just symbolism? Now, here's some questions to think about. I don't know how you can prove that an LGBT individual has indeed been discriminated against. So if an employer has 25 applicants and chooses someone other than an LGBT applicant, how can that be proven in a court of law? Personally, I think that would be extremely difficult to prove. Also, how many cases have there been where the courts were able to prove discrimination? Other than somebody just flat out coming out and saying, oh, I found out, Bill, that you're gay. Guess what? You're fired. Okay. Or they verbally tell them, I'm not going to hire you because we don't hire gay people. I mean, that's just out and out blatant verbalizing. But as far as if you have 25 applicants and an LBGT doesn't get the job, that's going to be tough to prove in a court of law. Also, does this mean that if a man perceives himself to be a woman, can he or she go into the woman's restroom and use it? And then what if somebody just decides, is more of just a pervert, basically, and decides that they want to cross-dress just to get a glimpse of the opposite sex? And don't think that doesn't happen, because it does. And then finally, what if the Supreme Court rules that the states will make that decision? And how is this going to affect the decision in Laramie County, Wyoming? Or I'm sorry, not Laramie County, in Laramie, Wyoming. It's Albany County. Because our state law stated before the courts got involved that marriage was defined between one man and one woman. So all I'm saying is there's a lot of different variables to this topic, which is pretty hot. And many lawyers throughout the country, they have no problem representing tobacco companies that have been accused of lying about addicting products. They have no problem representing people accused of murder. Companies that have been accused of their waste products killing people, they will defend those. But when it comes to representing and defending those who are for traditional marriage, with the exception of maybe the Alliance Defending Freedom or other groups like them, you're basically going to hear a room full of crickets. So when it's all said and done, can you really prove that an active LGBT person has been discriminated against? So unless a company, like I said, is just stupid and blatantly and verbally makes it known that someone is being fired or will not be hired because of their sexual orientation, I don't think so. So again, my question, was the passing of the Laramie Ordinance 1915 symbolic, or was it literal? And I guess it really doesn't matter, because it is a city ordinance in Albany County, or at least in the city of Laramie, and time will tell if that's going to do any good or not. 8:23 is your time. Good morning.
Spa. Millions of dollars of Factory Direct 2015 inventory. Today through Sunday. Cheyenne Ice and Event Center. Over 100 spas on display and everything must go. All inventory 40 to 80% off. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old spa. Spas starting at $29.95.
Thousands at the Revolutionary Swim Spa.
See the Revolutionary Swim Spa in action and save up to 60%. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. You can do it all. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in one day only. Millions of dollars of Factory Direct 2015 inventory. Today through Sunday. Cheyenne Ice and Event Center. New 2015 inventory. All inventory must be sold. 12 months interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Cheyenne Ice and Event Center. Today noon to 8. Saturday 10 to 8. Sunday 10 to 6. Free admission. Free parking. Call 877-55-HOT-TUB or visit spablowout.com. Spablowout.com.
When everyone in the house is trying to download music, stream movies, or stay connected on social media all at once on different devices, it can be a drag, literally. Your internet connection could slow down to a crawl. But not Charter Spectrum Internet. With speed starting at 60 megabits per second, get the bandwidth you need to do it all. And all for only $29.99 a month when bundled. Just call 844-855-2999. The next time you have to wait for a download, the next time your streaming movie isn't exactly streaming. Remember, Charter Spectrum Internet gives you the bandwidth you need. Download, stream, game, share, and more, all at once on all of your devices. Only $29.99 a month when bundled. Call now, 844-855-2999. 844-855-2999. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
The Wyoming news you need to know, in depth with Wyoming's largest radio news team. It's Wyoming Tonight, Monday through Friday at 5 on AM 650 KGAB.
All right, 8:25 is the time. Hey, Doug Randall, we got Depot Days coming up this weekend. I know you're all excited about that.
Matter of fact, that's going on tomorrow, and I believe Sunday as well at the Cheyenne Depot.
That's right. And for you Master Gardener folks out there, my good friend and Master Gardener, Julia, told me they're going to be selling plants out there as well. So the Master Gardeners are getting on the action. That's May 16th, by the way.
Which is tomorrow.
Which is tomorrow.
Right.
So are you going out there to Depot Days?
I might drop by for a while to check out what's going on.
Are you a train guy?
No, not really. My brother was. He had model trains set up and all that. I don't mind trains, but I'm not one of these enthusiasts. There are a lot of those folks around, however. You'll see people up on the overpass photoing the aqueduct, viaduct, photoing the trains and watching the trains. And I mean, there's more train aficionados out there than a person might think.
That is a very, very good point. So again, tomorrow, not only can you check out some great trains, but also there's going to be some great stuff for the kids, and the Master Gardeners are going to be out there. And so you can get out there and get some of those potted flowers. About time. Even if you don't put them out there and plant them, Doug, you can always put them in the basement under the purple light, and let them dry out down there until it's time to plant.
Well, and with our short growing season, I mean, you really don't want to plant too early because you're liable to come up with nothing.
Well, we planted early.
Particularly this year, the way the weather's been.
We planted early last year, and I'll just tell you that was a big fat mistake. So, All right, Doug, we'll talk to you a little bit later on. 8:27 is the time. Good morning.
The sunshine is here, and the Sweet Bistro is celebrating by opening up the patio for lunch and dinner. Come relax and enjoy at 1901 Central Avenue. Enjoy the new menu items and the friendly, fun service. The Sweet Bistro, open 11 to 11 for 12 hours of fun.
The Toyota Time sales event is going on right now. For a limited time, get special deals on all your favorite Toyota models. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 6 months with $1,667 per thousand borrowed, plus $500 bonus cash on Camry, the best-selling car in America. The Toyota Time sales event ends June 1st, so hurry in. These deals won't be around for long. Visit Toyota.com for more details. Toyota, let's go places.
Covers normal factory scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever occurs first. See participating dealer for coverage details. APR on approved credit from Toyota Financial Services. Security deposit waived. Cashback from Toyota Motor Sales USA Inc. does not include college grad or military rebate. Offers may vary by region. See participating dealer for details. Offers end 6/1/15.
Visit Bradley Barn Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer. Or for more information, please log on to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Arlen Walter at Cheyenne Hearing Clinic. Digital technology in hearing aids has advanced significantly in the last 24 months. For instance, if a patient is wearing hearing aids dispensed at my clinic and they call me from any place in the world, I can adjust their aids over the phone. In the believe it or not category, some new aids have more computer memory than all of the computers aboard the Apollo mission that went to the moon. And some aids can be put in a glass of water for 5 minutes and when taken out will function fine.
Call 635-0435 or online at CheyenneHearingClinic.com.
And now, more KGAB Mornings with Gary Freeman on AM 650 KGAB.
Okay, good morning. And again, the video cam is now on. All you got to do is head on out to YouTube and go out to KGAB channel. Also, you can check out a lot of the great things that we have going on out there on YouTube. A lot of great video from Doug Randall and myself. And it just seems to keep growing and growing. A lot of good local content that we have out there for you to enjoy and share with your friends. My name is Gary Freeman. 8:29 is the time. We're coming up on the bottom of the hour, and when we return, we'll have some more discussion about trash and anti-discrimination laws. Do you think we need to have an anti-discrimination ordinance here in the capital city? Well, Councilman Annette Williams seems to think so, and may be drawing up some kind of a plan to get the council to vote on that. And as I said earlier, I think Mr. Artery, all he wants is to have that in the discrimination clause to include LGBT as it does sex, creed, religion, and what have you. Fox News straight ahead. Good morning.